It all came down to this. Everyone was talking about it.
The biggest heavyweight fight of the 21st century.
That is the biggest fight in boxing. I don't think there's any bigger fight than that.
One of the greatest heavyweight fights of a generation.
The whole world was watching.
He may whoop his mother ass.
Don't forget you are the king.
Come on, Tyson!
I think it's the biggest fight in the world right now.
And crush it out there, mate. Go get that belt. You're a champion.
Cheering you on like the whole of the UK.
Like always, make history. We will be watching.
Let's kick some ass! Yeah!
So what makes a great heavyweight champion?
You gotta have power, speed, and a whole lot of heart.
Adaptability.
Mobility and charisma.
You have to have a different level of courage to be a heavyweight.
Now, the heavyweight champion of the world!
Oleksandr turned it from 0 to 100. That was unbelievable.
If you think you're the best, you gotta beat the best.
Sometimes it can take a lot, more than what we have to give.
Until Oleksandr Usyk loses, he is the best heavyweight in the world. Simple as that.
From Ukraine, the former cruiserweight world champion, the reigning, defending, undefeated, universally recognized heavyweight champion of the world, Oleksandr Usyk.
Oleksandr Usyk coming in dressed as the hitman, it's just theatre. Boxing can be the circus at times, so welcome to the circus.
Can I just say, he looked pristine, he looked polished, the red tie, the bold head, the chiseled face.
What you're trying to achieve going into the final run-in before the fight, a little bit of an edge mentally, a little few pops at them.
You can sign? Yes.
All kinds of mind games. The mind game is the game.
I look like Shrek.
Hello, my friend.
Hello, my friend, Hitman. You baldy bastard.
Usyk and Fury's personalities are very different, contrasting to say the least.
My hands was here. I win. Thank you, God. But if Tyson think what Tyson win, no problem. For me, no problem. Listen, we have one more fight. 21st December.
One's cool, one's calm, shows very little emotion.
You couldn't even put me down after being on Bambi legs. You hit me 10 shots. 10 clean shots on the chin. Okay. No canvas touch.
The other one is Jekyll and Hyde. He's all over the place. You don't know what's going to come out of his mouth next. You don't know what he could do next.
If he wins one and I win one, I can't say I'm better, he can't say he's better. There has to be a third one.
There's a lot of bravado with stuff he says. You've got to take a lot of what he says tongue-in-cheek.
But you know, it's never really been about, for me, looking good. I've always been a fat but maximum performance for me and maximum violence.
Right.
Then I just need to be my own fat self.
Yeah.
Just do what I got to do. Not worry about abs or bodybuilding or anything like that. Just go in there and look fat as but get a result.
All right, everybody, this is Large. I'm sitting down with Oleksandr Usyk before the rematch, Usyk-Fury on December 21st, which you guys can catch only on DAZN. And for everybody out there who's watching it, what's the message that you'd like to send to Tyson Fury?
Don't be afraid. I will not leave you alone again.
He's one of these enigmas, because he's kind of silly, But then once he gets in there, it's all business.
Eastern European guys, they're just different. The way they're set out, the banter is different, the laughs are different, the way they dance.
Obviously, I've seen how Oleksandr is dancing. He has amazing talent, of course, but I'm not dancing at all. But yeah, it's true, we are all different.
It's just a bit nuts, but it's each to their own, it works for him.
For somebody who hasn't seen you fight a lot, for somebody who hasn't seen Oleksandr Usyk in the ring, how would you describe your fighting style?
White rabbit.
The white rabbit?
Yeah.
So you get in there, you're expecting a white rabbit.
And the second, it's a kind cat.
Okay, kind cat.
Yeah.
Alexander's a great champion because of footwork. Footwork and high fight IQ, and how he dissects opponents from that southpaw stance.
He is one of the best in the business on being able to adjust inside the ring within a fight.
He's always moving and pivoting and using his feet and his angles. So he actually prefers an aggressive fighter.
When the first bell goes, what are you thinking and feeling?
For me, ring is like the close. It's like a cube. People, wow, wow, come on, punch, Usyk, Tyson. For me, it's just voice. I listen only my coach, my team, and my wife. Come on, I love you. You can. My father told me, you can, son.
You can hear your wife, even with all the noise?
My wife, yeah. You can, I love you. You can, you're strong.
Even during the fight?
Yes, yes.
Oleksandr Usyk has courage beyond courage. He was fighting these behemoths. And there is no fear in that guy.
Describe Usyk in 3 words.
Ugly little b****.
How do you think he would describe you?
Big ugly
What does boxing mean to you?
It means getting paid and getting laid.
As for Tyson Fury, he moves like a cruiserweight and he's a super heavyweight.
Tyson Fury is born with a fighter's mentality. He doesn't know how to quit.
Whether it's from the outside, whether it's leaning his weight on you, whether it's clinching you, he uses his size better than anybody I've ever seen.
Rugged, rough around the edges type of fighter. The old school, don't really care about the film study and all that. It was like, let's just get in there and fight. And I feel like sometimes that is what beats technical fighters.
He's one of the best fighters of our era. He's a knockout artist.
He suffered his first loss, and now he's coming back to right the wrong on December 21st, live on DAZN.
Finally, what's your message to Oleksandr Usyk as you prepare for the rematch?
I've only got one message. Train hard, prepare well, get through your camp good, and turn up on the night. Let's throw down. Simple as. I've watched it over 100 times. If he beats me again, I will give him his props, but, you know, it's only leg 1, isn't it, completed in a 2-leg matchup.
I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Riyadh is hosting the greatest battles right now, you know, in the boxing world. Incredible champions.
The best thing about this is it's actually happening again, and that's down to His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. The winner of the rematch will be the person who studies and analyses that first performance better. What could you have done better? What opportunities did you not take?
For the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world.
You know, when the best fight the best, it's always going to be a great fight.
The two best on the planet going head-to-head. Everything was on the line. It's the biggest fight in the world.
Let's make history!
Everyone was wondering what kind of fight it was going to be, maybe a bit of a chess match, but it wasn't at all. It turned out to be just a proper dust-up.
Relentless pressure on the front foot.
These are the two best heavyweights in the world. This is for heavyweight supremacy.
Who will be the first to make inroads, psychologically and physically?
One of the best heavyweight fights I've ever seen. Up, down, left, right. I was almost frozen as to how good this fight was.
I think he started off real fast, Usyk. He put Tyson on the back foot.
Fury's backed against the corner.
I never thought he could bully Tyson Fury and push him back.
He's got Fury exactly where he wants him, on the back foot.
He pushed back a guy who's 6'9" and 20 stone.
He was doing the right thing, Usyk, you know, to establish himself, to show he's not going to be bullied by the bigger man. But that didn't work for the first half of the fight.
It looked to me like Fury was starting to get into his groove.
Tyson had him in a lot of trouble. When he's on the front foot and he's letting his shots go, he's formidable.
There's a 1-2.
85% of that fight, it was one way. It was more like me punching around the body and around the head at will, and yeah, having me way, quite comfortable.
At one stage, I thought Tyson Fury was going to win and make it look easy, and he started showboating.
He was sticking and moving, smiling, joking to the crowd, taunting Usyk. It was all going too well for him.
Fury's the jolly giant so far.
I didn't feel like I was in a position of danger. One of the commentators picked it up, he said, has anyone ever seen Tyson Fury clown this much in a fight, even at lower level? And no one did, because it was probably the most I was playing games, and I ended up paying the price for it late on in the fight.
3, 4, 5, 6. They were all Tyson's rounds. And Tyson was quite comfortable up on that stage.
Fury was ahead on a couple of cards going into that 9th round.
That round, it's the reason that fight was so historic.
8 rounds completed and you still don't know where this is going.
I think he's pointed out quite openly, he feels he's switched off. It's at them moments, them pivotal moments in the fight where you need to be focused.
He was being made to work for every single second of every minute of every round. And the gas tank just ran empty. It seemed easy, and then it just wasn't.
Usyk just does what he does. He turned the screw. The 9th round was one of the most dramatic I've ever seen. I didn't think that Usyk could get to Fury in that way. And obviously the shot that landed, the big left hand, had Fury all over the place.
Fury is down! They'll call it a knockdown!
In those big fights, you can expect that because you're going up against the best in the world.
Where we see the Gypsy King go down in flames! We've never seen Fury hurt this bad.
When Tyson went on the floor, I started to scream so loud.
He was that much away from the fight being stopped, there's no doubt about that. And thankfully the ropes held him up.
Come on, how can you not, in the moment, get excited when the smaller guy hurts the bigger guy?
And that's it for the bell rings. He'll see another round.
Usyk had his shot. He had me on Bambi legs in round 9 with a shot from the gods, and then he had 10 free punches to knock me out and couldn't do it. I looked at him and smiled.
Quit pulling back and you're getting caught. Win these 2 rounds, go. Tim, you won it. You've won the fight.
In the moments of madness, the last thing you really need, in my opinion, is one here, one down there, one over your shoulder.
You just need someone just to calm the emotions down. And what John does, unfortunately, is he takes the emotions through the roof. When three voices are talking, it just doesn't work.
I think that's a big no-no. Don't ever have someone talking over the coach. That can't happen. Your dad is your dad, he's not your boxing coach.
If you lose focus, if you lose concentration against Oleksandr Usyk, it is a disaster.
It's called the Ring of Fire, and that was a punch from hell from Usyk.
The powers of recovery of Tyson Fury from there were incredible to come back into the fight.
On all three judges' scorecards, he won the 12th and final round. That's borderline miracle.
People react differently against obstacles. Some people just turn around and walk away. Some people don't give up.
Fury edged the first half of the fight, and then Usyk dominated the back end of the fight.
From Ukraine, Oleksandr.
For me, the right man won.
He just beat up the man, and that makes him the man.
Now, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
Today is such a difficult moment, this victory. Show the big spirit of Ukrainian people. We're all together.
I was so proud, honestly. I was so proud, like I was fighting against Tyson. And I guess all of us Ukrainians around the world, especially those which is staying right now in Ukraine, we were so proud of it.
You couldn't write it better in a script, and it was a real-life, undisputed heavyweight championship fight. Doesn't get better than that.
Although he'd won the fight, he had given everything. He was a tired man. It was a tough fight for both of them. What is it taken out of them? That is the thing now.
His ego will be hurt from losing that first fight, and he will do everything he can to win the second one.
Tyson, more than anybody, knows what he has to do. He doesn't need me to tell him or anybody. He's got a great boxing brain. He's a student of boxing.
It's the intrigue of what Tyson Fury can do differently in this fight.
To adapt very quickly is the characteristics that shares all great champions.
His adjustments are going to have to be intelligence and game plan, and sticking to it. He needs to have the discipline to see it through the entire 12 rounds.
Usyk won the last fight by a point, so it's not like he's got to make drastic changes. Stay a bit more focused, you know, not so much laughing and joking around, hands behind his back and stuff like that.
But he'll be sharper, he'll have more conditioning, his concentration will be better. And those three things alone will mean a lot.
The issue is that Usyk can also be better because he would have learned from the first fight. I think both guys will do different things in this second fight.
For Usyk, I feel he needs to maintain that desire, that effort throughout the fight.
If Fury comes out aggressively, no problem. That's Usyk's cup of tea. He can box, he can counterpunch, he can move, he can create angles. If Fury fights defensively, Usyk can do what he did again, which is back him up and be physical. Usyk will have a game plan, but his ability to adapt makes him very difficult to beat.
My first fight, it was in the past. Now it's present. My focus is 21st December.
I'm just going to go in there and do what I did last time, but not get caught in round 9. A bit more focus and a bit more less complacency. And I should win the fight quite comfortably.
Listen, Tyson will be different. Me too will be different. But I think it's my second fight will be hard.
I'll tell you how long it's been since we had a rematch like this. Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier 2. That's how big this is. This is big. Do you know what I mean? Very big. So you want to watch the biggest fight in the last 100 years, then watch this one.
I feel like it's going to end in a knockout, but I just don't know who.
I think Oleksandr Usyk will win again.
Tyson wins it by stoppage.
I think Tyson will stop him late on. He's going to go out there and make a statement.
Fury has the ability to dig deep.
I really think Usyk is unbeatable.
It's to see who is the pinnacle of the sport.
And I'm coming in hot. I'm coming in hot! The belts are gonna be mine again!
That's what undisputed means. That is the best man on the planet.
Who will win the rematch?
The fans.
Hands down, 2 best fighters in the world.
It's incredible, incredible champions.
We're seeing the best against the best.
2 generational talents looking for greatness.
The first fight was history. The second one's going to be even better.
Live on DAZN worldwide, December 21st, Usyk versus Fury 2. The rematch. 2 of the best on the planet will collide. For redemption, for greatness, for legacy. Only one can be heavyweight champion of the world. Get closer to fight night. No subscription required. On the global home of boxing. Live on DAZN worldwide. Usyk versus Fury 2. December 21st. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.